Join me in painting these pretty moths using watercolor. Using a light value of burnt umber, we are going to paint the forewings of the moth. The shape of these forewings should initially resemble the shape of sunglasses. To avoid a flat appearance, slightly lift the top edges of the wings so they don't look like a straight line. Next, using burnt sienna, I paint around the edges of the forewings, focusing only on the edges. I want to make the burnt sienna even more darker, so I'm mixing it with ultramarine to achieve a dark shade. This mix is used to paint the edges of the forewings. Next, we have to paint hind wings. For that, I'm mixing cadmium yellow with cadmium red to get an orange shade, which is used to paint the hind wings. The hind wings is in the heart shape and it is painted as in the video. Next, I'm mixing burnt umber with ultramarine to create a dark brown color. This shade is then used to paint the edges of the wings, body of the moth, and the antennae. Using the dark brown shade already on my palette, I paint the eye spots of the moth. Since the wings are still wet, the pigment spreads, so I'm going to add the eye spots later when the wings are completely dry. Next, I'm using a light value of ultramarine mixed with Chinese white to paint the wings of the second moth. While the wings of the first moth are fully open, the wings of the second moth are depicted as semi-open. This difference in wing position adds variety to our painting. After painting the outline of the forewings in a wide V shape, fill that wings area with the same pigment on the brush by adding more water to it. For the hind wings, mix burnt umber with more ultramarine to create an indigo shade, which is used to paint the hind wings. The hind wings are painted in a heart shape and they are semi-hidden by the forewings. Next, mix burnt umber with a small amount of ultramarine to achieve a brown shade for painting the body of the moth and its antennae. Using a mix of ultramarine with small amount of burnt umber, I paint the edges of the wings as shown in the video. While the wings are still wet, I add some polka dots with the tip of the brush. For the third moth, I start by sketching a heart shape. We are drawing a heart shape for this third moth because only 4 wings are visible for this moth. We have already seen the first moth, the wings are fully open. For the second moth, its wings are semi-open. For third moth, only the 4 wings are going to be visible. After sketching a heart shape, I use a wax crayon to press in some dots inside the heart. Next, we have to paint the heart with cerulean blue. The wax crayon creates a resist effect, so the areas with crayon will stay white while the surrounding areas are painted with cerulean blue. This technique adds a unique pattern to the moth's wings. For the moth's body, I mixed ultramarine with burnt umber, which is used to paint the body of the moth and its antennae. Finally, I'm using ultramarine to add a design to the edges of the wings. When you add more ultramarine to burnt umber, you will get a shade that is similar to indigo. If you add more burnt umber to ultramarine, you will end up with a dark brown color. Mixing equal parts of ultramarine and burnt umber will give you a bluish gray shade. Next, I'm going to add shadows to the right side of the moth using a bluish gray shade. The value of this shadow is going to decrease as it moves away from the moth. First, I applied a medium value of bluish gray. Then, using a damp brush, I go along the edges of the shadow to create a smooth transition from dark value to light value and also avoiding any hard edges. I'm going to repeat the same process of adding shadows for the next 2 moths as I did for the first one. Hope you enjoyed watching this video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more enjoyable content. See you in the next video. Until then, take care and bye bye from Prema.